Welcome guys to today's tutorial. We'll be treating 2024 WAEC Mathematics Questions. Get your writing materials ready with your calculators. We'll be right back. Question 1. Multiply 3.4 times 10 raised to the power minus 5 by 7.1 times 10 raised to the power 8. Now, this simply means multiplication. So we are going to have this as 3.4 times 7.1 10 raised to the power minus 5 plus 8. Now, why are we having plus? If you remember our law of indices, where we have a raised to the power m times a raised to the power n is going to become a raised to the power m plus n. So now application of this law is what we are having here. So if we do this, this is going to be 3.4 times 7.1 will give us 24.14 times 10 raised to the power 8 minus 5 will give us 3. But now they said leave your answer in standard form. This isn't a standard form. For it to be in a standard form, your decimal point must always be between the first and your second digit for it to be in standard form. So if we move this by 1, this becomes 2.414 times 10 raised to the power 3 plus 1, which is going to be 2.414 times 10 raised to the power 4, which is option C. Given that P equals to P one less than P less than 20, where P is an integer and R equals to 0 less than R less than or equals to 25. Now, where R is a multiple of 4, find P intersection R. Now, for us to find the elements of P simply ranges between 1 to 20. Now, since it's not equal to 1, that means 1 is not inclusive. And since it's not equal to 20, 20 is not inclusive. So elements of P will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. These are the elements of P. Now, for elements of R, the elements of R are between 0 to 25 inclusive. Now, they said R is a multiple of 4. Since R is a multiple of 4, we have our 4, we have our 8, we have our 12, we have our 16, and we have our 20 and 24. These are the multiples of 4. Now, when we talk about intersection of R, P and R, intersection simply means what's common between these two. What's common, what's in P that you can find in R. Now, let's look at it. P intersection R will become 4 is available in both. We have 8, we have 12, we have 16, and there's no 20, so that's all. So our P intersection R will become 4, 8, 12, and 16, which is our option B. The first term of an arithmetic progression AP is 2, and the last term is 29. If the common difference is 3, how many terms are in an AP? Now we know that for one AP we have Tn equals to A plus bracket n minus 1 D. This is a formula for AP. Now, since we have our last term, we can represent our Tn to be our last term. So Tn is 29 equals to A, which is the first term, is 2 plus n minus 1, and our common difference is 3. Now, what we are looking for is the value of n, which is the number of terms in our sequence. So if we expand this, we are going to have 29 equals to 2 plus 3n minus 3. Okay? Now, having this becomes 29 equals to 2 minus 3 will give us minus 1 plus 3n. So this will become 30 equals to 3n. So therefore, n equals to 30 over 3, which will give us 10. So in our sequence, there are 10 terms, which is option C. Expressed in index form, log ax plus log ay equals to 3. Now, we know in our law of logarithm, we could turn this addition to become where we have log ax plus log ay equals to log axy. Okay, now turning this to this will give us log axy equals to 3. But we know that, remember that your n raised power y equals to b is something else will give us our log b n equals to y. So if we have this is going to turn around to be n equals to this will become log axy equals to 3. We then turn to our xy equals to 3a raised power 3. So this will give us our option C. Simplify 2p minus q all squared minus p plus q all squared. Now let's say let a equals to 2p minus q and b equals to p plus q. Now, having this, we know that a minus b squared, applying our difference of square law, difference of two squares, our laws for difference of two squares, we're having a plus b times a minus b. All right? So if we apply this to this, now this will become a is 2p minus q plus p plus q against 2p minus q minus p plus q. Okay, now clearing up this, minus q will cancel positive q. 2p plus q will give us 3p. Okay, 2p plus p will give us 3p. While for this, we are having, sorry, this should be, okay, yep. Now, this will become expanded this, we're having 2p minus q minus p minus q. Okay, now having this minus q will give us a 2q, p minus 2p minus p will give us 3p bracket p minus 2q. So having this as our answer, we will see that we've simplified it to give us option C. Option A, 3p bracket p minus 2q. If 3 minus 4 root 2 times 1 plus 3 root 2 equals to a plus b root 2. Now it says find the value of b. Now for us to find the value of b, we have to simplify these two terms. Now let's simplify this as 3 bracket 1 plus 3 root 2 minus 4 root 2 bracket 1 plus 3 root 2. Now let's expand this. 3 times 1, 3, plus 3 times 3, 9 root 2, 4 root 2 times 1, minus 4 root 2, minus times plus, minus 4 times 3, 12, root 2 times root 2 will give us 2. So this becomes 3 plus 9 root 2 minus 4 root 2 minus 24. Now collecting our like terms, 3 minus 24 will give us a minus 21. 9 minus 4 will give us plus 5 root 2. Now, the value of A here is minus 21 and B is plus 5. And our question says, find the value of B. So from our solution, our B is positive 5. Our answer will be B, plus 5. Find the sum for which $1,250 will amount to $2,031.25 at 12.5 per annum simple interest. Now, please, this should be find the time. This sum should be time because we are dealing with years here. So this should be time. It should be find the time for which $1,250 will amount to 2,031.25 at 12.5% per annum. So we have our rate as 12.5 and we have our principal as 1,250. So let's find what our interest to be if our amount is 2,031.25. So for us to get interest is amount minus principal. So this is going to be 2,031.25 minus 1,250. So if we have that 2,031.25 minus 1,250, we are having it as 781.25. Okay, so our interest is $781.25. Now we know that simple interest is principal times time times rate all over 100. But since we are looking for time, t, our t equals to 100 times interest all over principal times rate. Okay, so now applying this formula, we are having t equals to 100 times our interest, 781.25, all over our principal, 1,250, times 12.5. Okay, so if we calculate t equals to 100 times this will give us 78125 all over 1250 times 12.5. That will give us 15625. Now, if we divide this, we are having 5 years. So our t will be 5 years, which is option D. Log 3 2x minus 1 equals to 5. If you apply a logarithm rule, this will give us 2x minus 1 equals to 3 raised to the power 5. And if we do 3 raised to the power 5, that is 3 in 5 places, that will be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which will give us 2x minus 1 equals to 243. Okay? Now, adding 1 to both sides, 2x equals to 243 plus 1. 2x equals to 244. X equals to 244 divided by 2, which will give us 1, 2, 2. So our x is 1, 2, 2, option D. The population of a town increases by 3% every year. In the year 2000, the population was 3,000. In year 2000, our population was 3,000. Now, find the population in year 2003. So in 2003, what will be our population? Now, we'll be given the information that it increases by 3% every year. So in 2001, 3% of 3,000 will become 3,000 times 3 over 100. That will give us 90. So population in 2001 will become 3,000 plus 90, which is 3,090. That's our population in 2001. In 2002, our population will become 3,090 times 3 over 100. So this becomes 309 times 3 divided by 10, which will give us 309 times 3 will give us 927, divided by 10 will give us 92.7. So adding it to 390, our population for 2002 will become 3090 plus 92.7. So if we have this plus 3090, we'll be having our population for 2002 will become 3182.7. That's for 2002. Now, they said in 2003, what's the population? Now, in 2003, our population will become 3182.7 times 3 all over 100. So if we have that times 3, that will give us 9,548.1 divided by 100, 2 will give us 95.481. Now, our population for 2003 will become 3182.7 plus 95.481. So that will become 3182.7 plus 95.481, which will give us 3278. So 3278 will be the population for 2003, which is option B. A trader gave a change of 540 instead of 570 to a customer. Calculate the percentage error. Now we know that percentage error equals to error all over actual times 100 over 1. Now, for us to calculate our error equals to 570 minus 540, which will give us 30. Now, our percentage error will become 30 over 570, which was the actual amount we were supposed to give to him, times 100 over 1. So this becomes 300 over 57. Now, if we do that, 300 divided by 57, we are having 5 phone number. That will become 15 over 57. Okay, now break this down to its lowest term. That will become 5 phone number 5 over 19. So the percentage error will be 5 phone number 5 over 19, which is option A. The interior angles of a regular polygon is 168 degrees. Find the number of sides of the polygon. We know that for sum of angles in a polygon, we are having n minus 2 180 degrees. Now, where n is the number of sides of the polygon. But now we are asked to find the number of sides, and we've been given one of the interior angles. So for us to get one interior angle, will become n minus 2 180 all over n. Okay, now our one interior angle has been given to us as 168. This becomes 168 equals to n minus 2 180 over n. Cross multiplying, this becomes 168n equals to n minus 2 180. Okay, if we open up this bracket, this becomes 168n equals to 180n minus 360. Okay, collecting like terms, I'll try to keep it positive. So I'll move 168n over to this and move our negative 360 over this way. So this will become 360 equals to 180n minus 168n. Okay, 360 equals to 10, 18, n. So our n equals to 360 over 18. So 360 divided by 18 will give us this should be 12n, please. 10 minus 8 is 2, not the other way around. So this should be 12n. So 360 divided by 12 will give us 30 sides. So our number of sides will be 30 sides, which is option B. If 3x minus 2y equals to minus 5 and x plus 2y equals to 9. Now it says find x minus y and x plus y. Okay, now in solving out this, we are going to add, since these two factors are different, we'll do what? We add. 3 plus 1 will give us 4x. 2 minus 2 will cancel out, and minus 5 plus 9, which is something as 9 minus 5, will give us 4. So x equals to 4 over 4, which is 1. Now, coming to this equation, we are going to input the value of x equal to 1 here. So this becomes x plus 2y equals to 9. So we have 1 plus 2y equals to 9. 2y equals to 9 minus 1. 2y equals to 8. So therefore, y equals to 8 over 2, which is 4. Now, our x equals to 1 and y equals to 4. Now, back to this our question. Let's solve it out. Where we are seeing x, we input 1. Where we are seeing y, we input 4. So this becomes 1 minus 4 all over 1 plus 4. 1 minus 4 will give us a minus 3. 1 plus 4 will give us 5. So our answer for x minus y over x plus y will become minus 3 over 5, which is our option C, minus 3 over 5. A variable w varies partly as m. So we say w varies partly as m and partly also as inversely as p. Okay, inversely as p. Now, it says which of the following correctly represents the relation with k1 and k2 constants. Now, this, introducing our constant of proportionality, will become w equals to km, and for this will become w equals to k over p. Now, if we join these two factors together, our w will become km plus k over p. So we can call this k1 and call this k2. So our function there will become option C. W equals to k1m plus k2 over p. A cylindrical metal barrel of height 2.5 m and radius 0.245 is closed at one end. Find correct to one decimal place the total surface area of the barrel. Now we know that our TSA, which is total surface area of cylinder, is pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Since it's closed at one end, so we're having this. So if we simplify this, we're having pi r bracket r plus 2h. Okay, if we simplify that, we will take out pi r from both sides. So we have pi r plus r, pi I bracket r plus 2h. Now, they said the barrel is closed at one end. So applying our formula, it says take pi to be 22 over 7 times our radius, which is 0.245, bracket open, our r 0.245 plus 2 times h, which is 2.5. Now, if we do this, 2.5 times 2 will give us 22 over 7 times 0.245 bracket 0.245, which is radius, plus 5. So this is going to become 22 over 7 times 22 times 0.245 divided by 7 would give us, this would give us 0.77 bracket 5.245. So if we multiply this, we are having times 5.2. So if we multiply this, we're having 4.03865. But now they said to correct to one decimal place. Now, correcting to one decimal place means there should just be one figure after our decimal. So to one decimal place will be 4.0 meter cube. Oh, sorry, meter square, since it's TSA area, meter square. So that would be option C. 4.0 meter square. Make R the subject of the relation in V equals to pi L bracket R square minus R square. Capital R square minus small r square. Now, for us to make R, our big R, to stand alone like V, first of all, we have to eliminate everything beside it. Now, we know that in mathematics, we work with opposites of whatever we have. Now, this is multiplying this, and the opposite of multiplication in mathematics is division. So, in order to eliminate this, we'll divide both sides by pi L. So, if we divide both sides by pi L, we have V over pi L equals to R squared minus R squared. Okay? Now, we've eliminated our pi and our L from this side. The next thing we are going to eliminate is our small r, since we want the big R to be alone. And opposite of our subtraction in mathematics is addition. So we'll do add R squared to both sides. So this will become V over pi L plus R squared equals to our capital R squared. Now, since we are not looking for R squared, we want an R. Now we have to find the square root of this. Since it is squared, we take the inverse of square, which is square root. So R equals to square root of V over pi L plus R squared. So that is our value for R, which is option A. Pi R equals to V over pi L plus R squared. We've come to the end of today's tutorials. In order to get the continuation of this, like, click, on your notification buttons and subscribe to our channels. If there be any questions regarding what we've solved, please put it down on the comment section and we'll get back to you.